Boom! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up happen.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning, I wanna turn on this. Deck it quick. While the average man looking at this sad like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5-6. I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dropped, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot key. Strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater. Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounce. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thought, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, she pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profit. They used to watch me move them packets. Stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profit. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETF. Hey, my family. Profits. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Him make profits. Hey, Suge, Mike, what we doing? They make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Him make profits. That TTG money gang. They making profits. We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Happy Friday. Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. It's another fantastic day. Today, it's all about UCAR small cap. That's actually where I made my money today. UCAR, a 31% gain on UCAR, while the overall market is ripping face. Employment report came out. Unemployment went from 3.4 to 3.7, but the jobs that were added significantly more than what was expected. Jobs numbers are still extremely powerful. Debt deal looks like it's all but wrapped up and signed and tucked away and wrapped in a bow. And the markets are ripping themselves higher. We're approaching massive levels of resistance. Are we going to break through those levels next week? We're going to talk about it, but we got a very special live stream in store for you all here today. We're going to be doing a live call-in Q&A session with all members. You guys are going to be able to ask me questions, whatever's on your mind, live here in real time. My name's Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader, but now the current head trader and co-founder of True Trading Group. But if you guys don't know by now, we're the fastest growing and highest rated premium online education platform that's available today. Why should you listen to anything that I have to say? I didn't figure this up out on my own. I began my career working at a hedge fund in New York City. My first job out of college, I had to go through a 3-month educational training program before they let me touch a dollar of their money. That's where I learned how to be a trader. That's why you got to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications so you never miss out on these lives. I do these lives 6 days a week, Sunday through Friday, and we got a very special one for you guys here today. To help me with this live call-in Q&A, I want you all to give a big TTG shout-out AO to my business partner and co-founder of True Trading Group. Everybody give Adam an AO.
What's up, man? And welcome to Friday. I love that this week has been a stress-free, easy week. It's been totally drama-free. There is nothing going on. It's nothing but money and honey all week this week. And I am very much excited about the future of everything.
Money and honey, baby. That's how we like it.
So here we go. Oh, I was talking inside the chat as well. Let me just tell members.
Money and honey. We gotta make. We need AI to make like a money bag honey comb, like a honey, like a bucket.
I think. Yep, homie's on it.
Yep, Joe's on it. I know Joe's on it. I know Joe. Joe's quick like that. It's I see like Winnie the Pooh meets like Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, maybe. All right, let's get into it. There's a lot that happened this week. There's a lot that's going on, and let's talk about it here. First things first. You know, whenever we do these Q&As, I ask you tough questions. I try and get you riled up.
Yes.
For everyone watching, it's all in good fun. Okay. You know, sometimes people think that I'm like purposefully rude and mean to you. And while that may be true at times, that is, you know, it is not done with that intention. We're here. Look, you want me. And you want other people to ask Mike tough questions and to push him to get real answers.
For sure.
You know, throw him off script. You want that to happen, right? You don't want like the same easy fluff over and over and over again, right? All right. So without further ado, all right, here's what we're going to do today. Very special for you guys. We are going to allow you guys to call in. Now, here's what I'm going to do. We have a lot of members in the chat right now, and we have a lot of members in our chat as well. Okay. So what I'm going to do is anyone that wants to call in that is a member of True Trading Group, we will allow you to do so. Simply send me a private message in chat. I will give you a phone number. You call that number, you call in, bada bing, bada boom, you're talking to Mike. All right. That's how we're going to do it. So send me a private message in chat. Tell me what you want to talk about, what you want to ask about, and I will 100% give you a call-in number, and that's how we're going to do it. Okay? In the interim, what is going on with the SPY right now?
Ripping.
Yes, I got that. And when you say ripping, you mean it's going up.
Yes. Ripping means upside. And this is a very, very powerful move today. And the reason why today is such a powerful move is because the breadth of the market has finally improved. The S&P is up about 10 or 11% so far this year. And 9% of that move can be attributed to like 8 or 9 different stocks, as far as when you look at Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta, Tesla, Nvidia. When you look at just those stocks, because their market caps are so big and the S&P is a market cap weighted index, those stocks are responsible for like 9.2% of the 10 or 11% move that the S&P has made so far to start the year. So what that means is if you were to take away those stocks, the market is not up at all this year. The market's up like 1%. So it's been a very, very narrow rally up to this point. The Dow Jones has really lagged behind the rest of the market. It's been the NASDAQ that's leading the way. Today, that changed. Today, the labor report that came out, it takes that data, drops that data right into the soft landing bucket, and you're seeing Caterpillar is exploding, right? That's construction, that's machinery and equipment. You're seeing Boeing is exploding. You're seeing all your industrials are exploding to the upside. The Dow is actually up almost 2.5% today. The NASDAQ is only up 0.7. So that's the opposite from the rally that we've seen up to this point. So the breadth of this market rally has been improving. That's why today is such an impressive move.
I see. All right. Got a question here from none other than Chris Botsis. Chris says, I want to know what happened to Amazon since it had a good catalyst.
I didn't even see what Amazon has done so far today. It's pulled back. Chris, I just think that this is a technical pullback on Amazon. The stock is still green. Let's not forget the stock is up 1.16% today. It's not like the stock has had a big sell-off. It's up today. And they had a catalyst today. The catalyst with Amazon is that they are looking into possibly providing cellular service to Amazon Prime members. That sent Verizon, T-Mobile, and AT&T stocks crashing today. Those stocks, I haven't looked at them in the last couple of hours, but they were down about 5 or 6%. They're recovering a little bit. They're down about 3.5% now. Those stocks were down about 6.5% at one point, though, today on the back of that news, and that took Amazon stock higher. But the reason why Amazon is giving you a little bit of a pullback off of that, it's just a resistance level from a technical standpoint. If you look back if you look back here to the left, you'll see that this previously was a level of support for Amazon back there in September of last year. Then you gapped underneath it, and then that became resistance in the middle of September last year. So that's a key technical level of resistance for Amazon, and you gapped into it. Let me just bring my chart over so you guys can see this a little bit better. There we go. This way you guys can see the whole. You got, for some reason, the numbers were cut off on my chart. You see how you gapped right up into that resistance level, and now you're just getting a little bit of a pullback. So, Chris, I just think it's just a little bit of a pullback, brother. I don't, I think it is good news, but it's just a technical resistance level. Some profit taking. The stocks had a huge rally to start the year.
Understood. All right. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Somebody's asking here, is the recession now canceled? Now, before you answer that question, because I already know what your response is going to be, so I'll preface it with this. I know that your response is going to be something like, no, you still believe we're going to have a mild recession. Everything points towards that. If, this time is not any different, so on and so forth, everything kind of points to that. However, on the other hand, I know you're going to say this is kind of an unprecedented time. So if there ever was a time where all of the things that supposedly should cause a mild recession did not cause a mild recession, then this would be that one time where it did not happen.
Yeah.
So I don't, I think I think I may have just answered the question. Is the recession canceled now? the long and short of it is we don't know. There's a lot of justification for it to happen, and there's a lot of reasons why it could not happen now. And nobody really knows. And I would just kind of, understand that if it happens, I wouldn't be surprised at all. It is the most likely probable scenario is a mild recession. And although not the most probable, what is looking more and more likely, or even likely, but evenly matched now, is the chance that there is no recession. That somehow we kind of skirt by it. So, we got to wait and see. I wouldn't be surprised necessarily either way. And I don't want to speak for Mike, but I believe he probably feels the same way.
Yeah, I do feel the same way. I'd say at this point, I'd say that the chances, if you asked me what I think the odds are of soft landing versus recession, I'd say at this point, I think it's probably 50-50, to be completely honest with you, because the economy has held up so insanely well for so much longer than people had anticipated. Earnings held up. The labor market has held up. Everything has held up, even though you've had every single. So you guys have to realize when you just look at, this isn't my opinion, right? This is just facts. When you look at what happens between the economy and the correlation between the economy and the stock market since the beginning of time, since the beginning of the stock market, whenever you have had these three things occur, the Fed goes through a rate hike cycle, there's an oil price shock, and the 3-month and 10-year yield curve inverts. When those three things have happened within the same year, every single time in history, a recession followed within the next 12 to 18 months. Every time. That's not an opinion. That's just a factual statement, correlation between the economy and the stock market. Now, in 2022, you had all three of those things happen. The Fed underwent a rate hike cycle. Oil shot to $120 a barrel. That's a price shock. Obviously, you guys saw, gas was $6, $7 a gallon. That's a price shock for oil. And the 3-month and 10-year yield curve is deeply inverted. So those three things have all occurred. Now, it takes typically about 12 to 18 months for an economy to actually feel the effects of a rate hike cycle, and that then start to be seen in economic data. We are right at 12 months. Okay, we are that 12 to 18 month period is now. So we are still in the very, very beginning of what the time period that typically takes an economy to show the effects of rate hikes. We're in the very, very early innings of that. So if you looked at the time frame that it takes for an economy to feel rate hikes, and you look at it as like a 9-inning baseball game, we're in like the 2nd inning. Now, the deeper you get into the ball game, you get to the 3rd inning, the 4th inning, the 5th inning, and if you still don't have that recession, the chances of the soft landing continue to increase with every single weekly piece of data that comes out regarding labor numbers and every CPI number and every labor report that comes out from this point moving forward. The chances of the soft landing recession will continue to actually improve in the form of favoring the soft landing. Now, I, for one, believe that we are going to experience a deeper impact of the rate hike cycle the second half of the year. It's all, everyone is very excited right now because the market's moving higher, but a huge part of this market move is because of these AI tech stocks. If you remove AI out of the equation, the rest of the market has not rallied this year like Nvidia and Apple and Amazon and Alphabet and Microsoft and Meta and all of these other stocks that are just ripping to the upside. So it's not good when you see a stock market rally with very, very narrow breadth. And again, now this is factual. This is not my opinion. When you go back through every single stock market rally before in history, the weakest rallies that were not able to stand the test of time, that did not stabilize and sustain a new uptrend and a new bull market, are the rallies that were led by a very narrow batch of stocks versus the entirety of the stock market moving up with it.
Just, I don't mean to interrupt you. Do me a favor. Can you pull up a 1 year chart of Apple, please? Okay. And that that dip right there is January 2022, right there. Show me January 2023.
Right there.
Right. I mean,
this is what Apple has done so far this year.
So I mean, it does look like. So are you saying that because of AI, Apple has rallied like that? I mean, it looks pretty good this year. No,
it looks incredible. Okay. But AI in general has brought a massive surge of buying pressure into big cap tech. And
yeah, I'm not debating that, right? Yeah. What I'm trying to understand is, and maybe I misunderstood the comment, but you had made a comment that it's not your, and maybe I misunderstood. It's not your Apples, it's not your other tech or whatever. It's this, but I mean, Apple looks phenomenal. I mean, what other? I mean, what about?
No, I think you're taking what I said in the opposite way.
Yeah. Explain it again, because I did not understand it.
Okay, so the market breadth. So what that means, market.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so market breadth means not necessarily just a couple individual stocks, but the market as a whole in its entirety. So when you look at the S&P 500, and then if you look at the S&P equal weighted index, so there's two different. So you can look at the S&P index, which is a market cap weighted index. So the bigger your market cap, the more of an effect you'll have on the S&P 500's movement. So Apple and Microsoft are the two biggest companies, $2.5, almost $3 trillion market caps each. So if Apple and Microsoft move higher, they're going to have a much bigger impact on the movement of the S&P as an entire index than if, a stock that is number 413, whatever that market cap is, whatever stock is number 413, than if they move higher, because it's a market cap weighted index. But if you were to look at the S&P 500 as an equal weighting, and they have S&P 500 equal weighted index that you could look at, it is not up anywhere. It's flat. And it's flat because if you factor in every stock in the S&P 500 equally, the market's flat. We're up about 1%, 1.5%. But it's because of these couple stocks, Apple, Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, Alphabet, Tesla, NVIDIA, those stocks have all ripped this year. And because they're all the biggest companies, they have the biggest impact on the S&P. So it's not good when the market is pulled higher by just a handful of stocks. You want to see the market breadth, which is the entirety of the market. You want to see all of the market be moving to the upside, not just technology. You want to see consumer discretionary, consumer staples, healthcare, utilities, industrials, cyclical stocks. Like, you want to see all of that stuff also move to the upside, and you haven't seen that participation this year. So it just brings into question the staying power of this rally.
You said cyclical stocks and what else?
You want to see everything. You want to see like healthcare, utilities, industrials. You want to see the other sectors of the market move higher.
Not just tech, you're saying.
Not just tech. That's why I'm saying today is more impressive. Today is a more impressive move in the market than the last couple of days, because today it's not just being led by tech. The Dow is actually up 600-700 points. The Dow has actually been red on days where the NASDAQ.
Explain to me the significance between the NASDAQ, the Dow. What is the main significance there? And honestly, I guess what I'm trying to get at is people ultimately want to know, okay, we're sitting here at 427. You're going to encounter resistance under, at 430, right around these levels, major resistance at 430.
Yeah.
So what next, right? Like, what happens next? And if you're just joining us from the Stockmaster app, welcome. We are talking what's next in the stock market for this coming week, for the rest of the year. Welcome. You're in the right place. If you are from the Stockmaster app, we're just getting started. We're doing a big Q&A talking about what's next in the stock market. So Mike, give me a little bit.
I mean, what I'm looking at now is, as I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about what's coming up. Okay. When I think about what's coming up is you still have that 430 level. A lot of people asked me today, because I've been telling everybody that I was going to be buying long dated SPY put options when we get up into this level. Today would be a day that I normally would have went and I would have bought those, added and started buying more of that position. I didn't do that today. Let me explain to you why I didn't do that today, because you still haven't seen the data to support the rollover. You have catalysts coming up like the CPI number and then the Fed meeting that are coming up that are going to be massive catalysts that everybody's going to be focused on very, 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 very closely. And there's a lot of money that is not in equities right now.
How do you know that? Is that a guess? Because here, well, and I'll let you answer in a second, but let me explain why I'm asking that. I'm asking that not just to blindly question you, right? But I'm asking that because we consistently see, or we talk about seeing, the fact that these big market rallies, that it's just tons of retail piling into it, right? That retail's coming back. I mean, you've said it yourself every single night on here that you are really concerned about the retail investor jumping in, getting smoked, right? So my thing is, well, how much more retail is there that's going to come? Like, and if so, what the hell are they waiting for?
I'm not really referring to retail.
Okay, so then what are you referring to?
I'm referring to institutional money. That is, people came into 2023 so negatively and bearishly positioned because everybody was expecting there to be a recession. So you had a lot of hedge funds and a lot of different institutional managers that said, okay, if we're going to have a recession, meanwhile, treasuries are skyrocketing. I can get a free 3, 4, 5% on my money with zero risk. So let's increase our exposure to fixed income and let's lower our exposure to equities. So coming into 2023, that was a very, very, very big strategy amongst all of your top hedge fund managers that are out there, which is lower equity exposure, increase, fixed income exposure to capitalize on 4 or 5% interest rates. You haven't seen 5% interest rates since 2006, 2007. So you can just buy US treasuries, earn 5.5% with no risk. So now, as the market's ripping to the upside, it puts these hedge fund managers in a very difficult position. You have a record of $5.3 trillion in cash that's sitting on the sidelines. That's as of about a month ago. So as of about a month ago, that was the last number, was about 5.3 trillion that was on the sidelines. Now, this recent move you've seen in the market is, my opinion, is going to be a lot of that cash coming back into equities as hedge fund managers are forced to chase AI stocks higher because they're getting demands from their clients to increase AI exposure. So they have to. They're coming in and they're buying all these tech stocks to get AI exposure because it's the new sexy phrase. So a lot of that cash.
I don't know if you should. I mean, it is a sexy phrase, but I wouldn't paint it as like a sexy phrase, like in the same boat as like what 3D printing was. Or what, what I'm saying? Like it is, the AI sector and the AI technology that has consistently been coming out is literally has changed the world in the past year.
Of course, but so did the internet, right? So did the internet. And when the internet was created, you had a massive rally in the late 90s into the early 2000s where stocks got to valuations that made absolutely no sense. And even though the internet completely changed the world as we know it, that entire internet cycle completely burst and all the stocks came crashing back down to earth because the hype and the excitement behind the thing causes a massive rush of buying pressure, which pushes valuations to levels that eventually no longer make sense for where the companies are today. I'm not saying that's where the stocks are now. Typically, bubbles result. Like bubbles pop after you get like 1,000% increase on some of these stocks. From
there's some differences though between the dot-com boom and or the dot-com bubble and now though. For example,
there's a lot of differences.
One of the biggest differences is ease of access, ease of use, ease of accessibility. Right? Everyone was insanely impressed by the internet when it first came on. AOL chat rooms, really rudimentary message boards. But what people soon found out is that in order to create and participate on the internet, it required a lot like it required a lot more than, there was a huge barrier to entry with coding and with understanding, all these things. So the average person could experience it as an end user, but they couldn't really incorporate it right away into everyday life, right? Fast forward, it has now been the goal of major websites to move from, coding to, simple language inputs and things like that. So what you're having here with AI is that people can now, people that use Photoshop, people that are artists, people that want to express themselves, people that want to, write a business plan, all of these things. This stuff is at their fingertips, accessible right now in a way that the .com boom or the .com bubble was never accessible before. So, I do think that some of the valuations from some of these companies, like maybe it depends on the company, right?
That's the biggest difference. But
right. It's going to depend on the company. But if OpenAI went public tomorrow, that valuation, I mean, they are literally knocking on the door of AGI, man. I mean,
but the biggest difference.
Yeah, that is fundamentally like insane. I mean, it's in a lot of ways it's very similar to the .com bubble, but in a lot of ways it isn't. And
let me explain to you the biggest difference. This is the part that you're missing. This is the biggest difference is that when the internet bubble happened, those companies did not generate any profit. The companies that are at the forefront of AI are massively profitable companies.
Right.
It's companies that are already world leaders that have adopted and integrated AI to make their services and their products better. The internet boom was companies that generated zero profit at all, and their valuations went to absolutely ridiculous, unforeseen levels and valuations, but the companies never generated a profit. And a lot of them ended up going bankrupt. The companies that you have today that are coming out with AI, as long as you're focused on actually the actual sound quality companies that are behind AI, not the stupid penny stocks that come out with a press release and say, hey, we're going to start working on AI now. Stay away from that garbage.
Right. We integrated ChatGPT into our oil website.
Yeah. Just stay away from that, from all that garbage. The true AI movers, they're already massively profitable in some of the best companies on earth. And they've just became better companies because of it. That's the biggest difference. And I'm not saying that AI is a bubble equivalent to the .com bubble at all. I'm not saying, because you had like 90% of all of those companies literally went bankrupt and went out of business. That's why the NASDAQ went down 75% during the .com bubble, because it was just filled with all of your internet stocks and 90% of them went bankrupt. That's not going to happen here in the AI sector. But AI as a topic has forced a lot of FOMO investing because these investors can't finish out a quarter or can't finish off a half of the year report and not say I own NVIDIA and not say that I own Broadcom or AMD or Microsoft or Met. You can't look at these stocks that are up 30, 40, 100% on the year and not own them, especially when your clients are knocking your door down every day demanding AI exposure. That has forced a lot of money from the sidelines into prices, into tech stocks at very, very high levels that a lot of fund managers don't necessarily want to be adding at, but they're forced to. And some of that money is going to be coming out of fixed income where they're getting 5% because now they're looking at all of this alpha that they're missing by getting into equities, and they're missing on the AI run. And you're in any one of these stocks and you're getting a hell of a lot more than 5% on your money. And that's what's leading you to this chase to the upside. And that's why I'm saying I'm not as confident in that 430 level acting as resistance now, because this FOMO move and this push in tech and AI could have more legs than people think. And there's more cash that could come into this market that could push you even further.
You're gonna have a tremendous amount of cash come into this market. I mean, just what they have been able to accomplish in the last year, I mean, it is massive. This sector is going to create an incredible amount of jobs. It already has. As far as a new area of jobs in AI called prompt engineering that are paying $300,000 a year entry level. There's a lot going on here. As far as it being overhyped and everything else, it depends on what your expectations are. Is AI going to come in and, fix, every issue and predict the future? Absolutely not. Is it going to give you a better way to go from point A to point B being profitability with whatever you want to do, whether it's starting a business, improving a business, getting the answers you need to move forward in some area? Absolutely. Right? I mean, we as a company have integrated it into a lot of what we have done. And I'm not even talking about trading. I'm just talking about company efficiency. Have used it to make almost $600,000, in the past 2 months. I mean, that's just from streamlining things and organization. So all I'm saying is that I do think that there is a lot more meat on the bone than what was there originally in other areas.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah, that's a good point. You won't be replaced by AI. People aren't going to lose their job to an AI. They're going to lose their job to somebody that knows how to use AI. That's what's going to happen. You will be replaced by somebody that knows how to use it, not by the actual AI itself. All right, moving on. So in your opinion, AI sector, and I agree with that if your answer is yes, that is what has sparked this rally. That in combination with the fact that the debt ceiling agreement is it's done, right?
Yeah, it's all but signed.
Right. So that the debt ceiling agreement is good to go. And now the unemployment rate has come in a little bit higher than expected. It was expected 3.4. And now it
was expected 3.5. It came
3.5.
Last month was 3.4. Was expected 3.5. Came in at 3.7. But 3.7 is still insanely low. You're still extremely low. I think we might have lost Adam.
No, I'm here.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were frozen. You were just doing a really good job of not moving.
Like from Guardians of the Galaxy, I was moving so slow that nobody.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just you went through a whole earnings season. You still have a couple of companies that are coming out with earnings, but about 90% of the S&P 500 is already reported. And earnings were much better than people had anticipated at this point. And the labor market is still much stronger than people anticipated at this point.
How does any of that make sense? I need you to explain it to me. How can we have higher unemployment? And again, how can we have higher unemployment? Like a higher unemployment rate, right? 3.7. And what did you say? 300,000 new jobs?
Yeah, 330 something thousand.
Explain to me how that doesn't balance out my mental scale. And I don't understand it.
It's been like that, man. It's been like that for the last couple of months, where these labor report numbers just don't really seem to make a lot of sense.
It almost sounds like if I'm trying to give you directions to make a circle, right? I would tell you to make 4 lefts. But it's like I'm telling you, hey, go straight down there, make a left, make a right, make another left, and then you'll be in a full circle.
Yeah. Because while you also had this where you saw like all of these companies doing layoffs, right? There was like a phase where you saw like Meta layoffs, Amazon layoffs, Microsoft layoffs, Alphabet layoffs, everybody layoffs. It was like, 10% of our workforce gone, 10% of our workforce gone. There was like a whole month earlier this year where you saw that, but then we got the unemployment number and it would actually go down. And everyone's like, how is that possible? How is the unemployment rate going down? yet there's tens and tens of thousands of people being laid off, which seemed like almost every day, and it didn't make sense to anybody. Now the unemployment rate ticks higher a little bit, but then you get non-farm payrolls that are so much higher than people expected. Private sector jobs so much higher than people expected. ADP numbers so much higher than people expected. And you're like, so that's the case, then how is the unemployment rate going back up? And you have people that are coming back into the workforce. You have people that are delaying filing for unemployment because of severance packages. You have people that are delaying filing for unemployment because they're finding supplemental incomes in the gig economy somewhere else, whether it's driving for Uber or DoorDash or TaskRabbit or something like that. I mean, there's just all of these different things. And I've been trying to put my finger on how all of these numbers are coming out and making sense. And it's tough.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's tough. It has a lot of people like throwing their hands in the air. Like, that's why I'm saying like the labor market has been holding up so much better than people expected it to by this point. And you're just like, man, this is nuts. It's crazy. It doesn't make sense to me. If you asked me in January of this year that by June 2nd, the unemployment rate was going to be 3.7, I would say, no way. I'd say we're at least at 4.5, 4.6, 4.7 by now. We're not. Yeah, you finally ticked up by 0.3 of a point, which is a decent increase from 3.4 to 3.7. It's a decent increase. If next month you go from 3.7 to 4.0, then you're going to start to see the market be like, okay, here it is, right? You're going to say, okay, here it is. So yes, you got this increase. But 3.7 is still very, very low.
But even 4.0 or 4.3 or whatever is not a terrible number.
No, it's not terrible, but you need an increase of one point for and the two negative GDP quarters in order for there to be really considered a recession. So that's why, like, so if you go from 3.4 to 4.5 and get two consecutive quarters of negative GDP, then they'll be like, okay, this is officially a recession. So that's why you want to see, the unemployment number, if it starts to really climb like that month over month, and you're climbing by 3 or 4 basis points, that's a lot. So if you went from 3.4 to 3.7, yeah, 0.3 is a big increase, but 3.7 is still extremely low. But if you go from 3.7 to 4, again, another big increase, but 4 is still low. But then you go from 4 to 4.3, well, now you're getting to where it's like, yeah, that's still below average, but you're seeing a big jump in unemployment relative to where you started.
Yeah, and I see some messages in the comments right now talking about, I think they're playing with the numbers, conspiracy inspiring. You know what? Who knows, right? It's really above my pay grade, right? Yeah.
Listen,
who knows? The point is that we don't know, and we can't go by the things that we don't know. We have to make decisions and look at different things based off of the things that we do know.
Right, and honestly, it doesn't matter whether or not you think it's a conspiracy, because the market's going to move based on the number that's reported, and that's all I care about.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the historical average has been 5.2% over the last 20 years or whatever.
Yeah, so it's right around 5% over the last 2 decades.
Yeah. I know. I mean, the other thing is that it's hard to see where people are getting laid off as well. I mean, I'm sure if we look at the numbers, we can really break it down. But I don't know about you, I'm still seeing hiring signs everywhere.
Oh no, it's definitely not even. So
yeah, I'm seeing hiring signs everywhere. Everyone that I'm talking to, even if they've been laid off from another job, has multiple offers to go somewhere else. So it's, my 2 cousins were laid off. Both of them have new offers, and it was right away. And I love them, but, they're not that great,
I think it just depends what kind of line of work you're in too. It's because where all the jobs are coming from, you're seeing huge increases: leisure, hospitality, healthcare, education. I mean, restaurants, like that area of those areas of the economy. businesses can't find enough workers. It's the massive conglomerate tech companies that got very, very swollen during COVID that are now trimming all of that fat. The layoffs are coming from the tech industry, from the crypto industry, because they ballooned to, employment forces that were just unsustainable and unnecessary.
Most of these companies that are laying off huge percentage of their workforce, not all of them, most of them, are still right at what they were prior to COVID. They went on such a hiring spree like you had never seen before. It was literally 2 years of seasonal work. That's what it was. They had to hire to sustain the demand and the growth that was that was happening then. And now they don't need it. They can go back to, it's not normal to have to hire that many people and bring that many people on board.
Yeah, look at this. This is just members. Z Joka goes, my company just laid off 15% of our workforce. Another person said, my company just laid off 3%. But then 7 with a J goes, I still have an opening that I can't even fill. Somebody goes, I work on an auto shop. We get offers every single day to jump ship and go work for another place. It's crazy. It really depends on what business that you are in, but it makes sense. When you look at what COVID did to the economy, COVID drew a line right down the center of the economy. And it just was the biggest economic boom ever for the left side. And it was the greatest depression ever for the right side, depending on what line of work and business that you were in. And now that's coming back the other way. It makes total sense when you think about what happened and how all those sectors, education, healthcare, right? That's all the places that nobody wanted to work in. Everyone's like, screw this. Healthcare, education, I'm going to retire early. Hell with this. Leisure, hospitality. You used to be a waiter at a restaurant. Well, you got to go find another job now because your restaurant's closed. Like, these people left those industries and went to other industries and left this massive open void and gap in the workforce for those industries. And that's why you're still seeing this massive imbalance. And so, because they can't find enough people to work. It makes total sense when you think about how we got here in the first place.
Absolutely. So, I it's one of those things that's just all about, this is our return and our path back to some sense of normalcy. Stockbuster says many laid off employees are still on packages given to them so they cannot apply for unemployment. Yes, that's true. E-commerce is hiring and we can't get enough people. I'm in tech sales. I get about 5 offers a week. Yep. And then Lewis Winthorpe III, how are you doing today, Lewis? Says that, good paying jobs. And I'm assuming that he's referring to the fact that not all the jobs being offered are good paying jobs, right? Because there's a smiley face next to it, which to me indicates sarcasm. It takes one to know one. So, that's true. Right? There's a lot of jobs out there, and some of those jobs are not great paying jobs, right? That's accurate. But there's a lot that are. Right? There's a lot that are. There's always going to be jobs that people are not going to want to do that pay less, and I'm sure there's a lot of them now. But there's also a lot of opportunity for people that didn't exist a while ago. I mean, that's what this whole channel is literally about, is trying to come on here and, let's see. I know it's kind of late into the stream, but Mike, see how many new people are on here real quick.
Yeah, guys, just go ahead and type the letters TTG. If you guys are not members of the community, you want to see how many people are on here just kind of joining the conversation that are not part of the TTG community. If you guys are not part of the fam, go ahead and type the letters TTG. I know it's Friday, everyone's probably heading out, but we'll see. Type the letters TTG. If you guys are not members of the community, you want to see who we have on here.
Yeah. So while they type in TTG, what I'll say is this: we come on here day in and day out, and we try to convince you all that this is the best time to get involved in the stock market. This is where the opportunities are. This is the best things in sliced bread and all that stuff, right? We do this literally at a nauseating rate every single night. On Fridays, we try and get a little silly, a little bit more open, so that we can have more honest conversation, right?
Yeah.
What I will tell you is this: there's a big, and I think you'll agree with me, man. There's a big sweep right now. It almost doesn't make sense to go get a full time somewhere right now, a 9 to 5. Why? I'm just saying, what is the average salary for a regular 9 to 5 for someone that holds an undergraduate degree? Ballpark. Well, what would you say it is?
The high 50s.
You think it's that low?
Oh yeah, I know it's that low.
A 9 to 5.
Yeah, that's the average. The average American earns about, I think it's $59,000 a year.
Okay. All right, so let's call it 50,000, right? And that's a 9 to 5. That's a full-time job.
Yeah, 50 is low. It's higher than 50, but I think it's lower than 60.
All right, so 300 times. Let's call it. What do you want to call it? You want to call it 60 grand, 65 grand?
It's definitely not 65. I'm just telling you this is just the average American's earnings per year.
Right, but I'm talking about not just earnings, but people that have a 9 to 5, meaning that they have no time to do anything else. They got to go to their job. They got to come home. They got to raise their family. They got to do all that.
Yeah.
Okay, 60 grand, right?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So what I'm saying is that there's a tremendous opportunity. Like, why would somebody want to do that right now, given a couple of things? The gig economy, okay? Let's just talk about that for a second. The gig economy on the very low end, like extremely part-time, right? The extremely part-time, we're looking at 15 hours a week, okay? The average that somebody makes in the gig economy doing 15 hours a week is about $15,000 to $16,000 a year, right? But it all adds up. You can't live off $15,000, $16,000 a year. But if, let's say, you incorporate 15 hours a week driving for Uber, right? So that brings you right around 15 grand, let's say. It's just to keep the numbers even, all right? Most people, and I want you to be very conservative, okay? I know you don't have a crystal ball. This is not financial advice. We're not telling you that this is what you can make. We are just having a conversation. Please, please, please just take it as such. Mike, I'm starting with a $1,000 trading account.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a goal of making, let's see. Hang on 1 second. I have a goal of making, I don't know, $100 a day average throughout the year.
Uh-huh.
Is that a realistic goal?
Throughout the course of, like, average it out for the whole year?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. So that's $100 average for the whole year. Okay. Times 252 trading days in a year.
Adam, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but look at Vera Family's comment.
What do you say?
Unreal that you guys are up here spending so much time trying to help others. I made the TTG fee during my free trial, and then I joined at the end of last month. I genuinely made more than my annual salary already. That's absolutely incredible, Vera Family.
Yeah, and most people that are with True Trading Group, they make money, they become better traders. Not all of them, but most. We'll show you. If you're a True Trading Group member and you're making money with True Trading Group and you're becoming a better trader, obviously, type the number 1 in chat if you could, please. If you're making money with True Trading Group and you're becoming a better trader, type the number 1 in chat, please. All right, let's see. I'm sure there's a lot. So 100 times 252 days in a year is $25,200.
Mm-hmm.
$25,200 plus 15 grand. Well, now we're at 40,200. Right?
Right.
You're at $40,200, and that's 15 hours a week driving for Uber, starting with $1,000 in a trading account.
And working on your own damn time.
Exactly. Not having to have a boss or somebody to breathe down your neck or somebody to keep you stuck. Because here's an interesting thing that happens. When you start trading and you start making your own money, it just takes a couple big hits to realize, holy crap, this is what it feels like to make 10 grand in a day or in a week. And then you're like,
yeah, I mean, 10 grand a day is a lot.
No. I'm just saying, but it happens to people.
Of course.
But if that has not happened to you before, and then you experience that, you start to realize, wait a second, there may not be it may not be that, that you should kind of sell your soul to a job for the difference of 10 grand.
Right.
Is the point I'm trying to make.
Right.
So if you start trading with $1,000 and then you take the time 15 hours a week, that means the market is open from what time to what time? From 9:30 to 4, right? So you could trade 9:30 to 4 and then 3 nights a week drive for 5 hours. Or 5 nights a week drive for 3 hours. Oh my God, you're all self-employed.
Yep. Done. Boom.
Done.
Yogita, I started copying Mike's alerts for 3 weeks now. My sim and my account have been growing. Yogita, I love it. I love that you're growing, and I'm happy that you've been following my alerts. We've been having some absolute monsters, but I want to get you to a point where you will start making your own trade ideas. That's the goal. That's the goal. I want you guys to be able to be self-sufficient traders. That is the goal.
So James Puccio, you remember him, Mike? You pronounced his name wrong.
I did not.
You did. You won.
I would not pronounce Puccio wrong because I grew up with a kid named Puccio.
It doesn't matter.
His name was actually Joe Puccio. I grew up with him. I played baseball with him.
It's fine. Here's the point. James Puccio says people need job security. No. People are sold on the fact that they need job security, that you believe that your future is safe in somebody else's hands.
Always thought, listen, I'm so happy you're saying this. I always thought that this was funny. This is how you know that the system is completely ass backwards and is designed to make you work to make other people rich. And here's what the biggest thing that I can think of. When you think about it logically, when you go to get a mortgage, okay, now I'm self-employed, right? I'm not a W-2 employee from somewhere, but I make a lot of money. And I go to a bank to get a mortgage. And even though you show your tax returns, your income, the cash balances in your accounts at the bank, they are more hesitant to give a self-employed entrepreneur a loan than they are a W-2 employee. And that makes zero sense whatsoever. Let me tell you why. If a self-employed entrepreneur was going to fail, they would fail over time. If they built a business, that business will fail month over month. Their income will decline until the business eventually fails and goes bankrupt. It'll take probably a year or 2 years for the business to completely go under. You're a W-2 employee, you piss your boss off, you're fired, and your income went to zero overnight. So you tell me which one of those two people is a safer loan. It makes no sense, right? It makes no sense whatsoever that a bank would consider a W-2 employee as a safer lender, or borrower rather, they're the lender, a safer borrower than somebody that is self-employed. But that's exactly how the lending standards are situated. And that's how banking lending standards are. When you think about it that way, just because you make $150,000 a year at your job, you could be fired tomorrow. And now the next day, your income is zero. So job security is a false sense of security. The only security in income that you will have is by creating your income yourself. Then, as long as you are living and breathing, you know that you are generating income, because your income is based on you and your actions and your efforts and your drive and your motivation, and no one else's. When you are working for somebody else, you don't have job security. You walk on eggshells, and you better do your damn job. Otherwise, you're going to be fired.
You know, it's so funny. There's so many people that come on these live streams and so many others that, you know, all they want is to fire their boss, make a bunch of money trading. That's why they're here. They want to make money trading, right? Everyone wants to make money trading. Everyone wants to make thousands of dollars, take the vacation, buy the car, pay their bills. They want to do all these things. So few people, right? So few people are willing to put up that $1,000, willing to put it up into themselves or somebody else, right? Yeah. But they all want the other thing to happen. You've all been brainwashed. You know, you've all been brainwashed to hide your money under not all of you, but a lot of you hide your money under the mattress, you know, stick it out at your 9 to 5 for 40 years, grow that pension, do the safe thing, do the safe. Let me tell you something you probably already know. As far as I know, you only go around this crazy thing once. Maybe, you know, you get to do it a couple times. I don't know.
maybe you do it again later. We don't know.
You do it again. Maybe.
But as far as we know, you get one shot at this.
As far as we know, you get one shot. Okay? Joe, feel free to change the thing on the screen. I love you. He's not even looking at me. It's fine. As far as I know, you get one shot at this. That's perfect.
Thank you. Here it is.
It's really good. I don't want to waste my one shot. You know, so people ask me all the time, you know, for those that don't know, you know, Mike and I have built many, many businesses. You know, I started building my own business when I was, you know, 22, 23 years old, and I've built 3 different companies. You know, each one now, you know, cumulatively close to $100 million in revenue, and including True Trading Group. You know what my worst fear is, Mike?
What?
You would think that it would be, you know, because I grew up really poor. So you would think it would be, oh my God, what if you're poor? You know, what if you lose all your money? Right? What if you lose all your money and you have to sell the cars and the house and you have to move into an efficiency and it, right? Wouldn't that be the, you would think that would be the biggest fear, right?
Yeah.
It's not. I know how to be poor. I've done it. I'm good at it. I am. Not having a lot of money doesn't scare me. I know how to survive. Working for somebody else. Having to punch my time ticket every day. That scares the crap out of me. That scares the crap out of me.
That's powerful.
And people need to realize right now, you're in a time where all you need to make that extra $25,000 a year or whatever it is a cell phone. You can download a trading app on your phone, spend a little bit of money on education, invest a little money in your trading account, practice on a simulator, get around the right people, do the things you need to do in one of the most opportunistic markets that have ever existed. Maybe drive for Uber a couple nights a week if you need to make a little bit extra at the beginning. And Uber's just an example. We don't have an Uber sign-up link in the description, so we're not making money off of referrals. I'm just using Uber as an example. It could be TaskRabbit, OnlyFans. I don't care. Maybe you do an OnlyFans and you trade, do that at night and then trade during the day. Who cares? There's no judgment. The point I'm trying to make is that there has never been a time in history where so many people, regardless of how much money you have, how much time you have, and what your education level is, how small the gap has come between you being able to start your own thing and maintain it and grow it. There has never been a time in history that has allowed regular, everyday people to do this. It used to be you want to start a business? Cool. Go to the bank, apply for a loan, have a business plan, get family and friends to invest. It's a big thing, and it may never get off the ground. It's not the case anymore. You can do so many things today. And I think a lot of people just they get scared, and for the right reasons, man. Because there's a ton of people online that exploit the hell out of it. Yeah. I mean, a ton of people exploit the hell out of it. It is what it is. That's not gonna, it's not gonna change. There's still gonna be, look, there's always gonna be people that are looking to take advantage of somebody. And there's always gonna be people that are wanting to improve upon where they are in their own life. So as long as those two things exist, you're always gonna run into an issue. But Lola Noble is correct. You can start making money while you sleep now. That was not the case in the 90s. That was not the case in the early 2000s. And those, I'm afraid to fail. I'm afraid, the biggest thing that I hear from people, or not the biggest thing, but one of the things I hear, which I think is hilarious. I don't want to go ahead. And, if I sign up for True Trading Group, or even, screw True Trading Group, even if they're like, if I sign up for True Trading Group, or I invest in this, or I do this, I'm not going to have enough money to trade with. Well, chances are you still have a job. The people that are saying that, chances are you still have a job. You could put together another $1,000, even if it takes you 6 months. But you have a head start now on 6 months worth of education, 6 months worth of training. So when you put the money back to actually do what you need to do in a real trading account and not a simulator, you got 6 months of knowing what the hell you're doing. Why are you in such a rush to lose your money? You're not going to come in here and make $1 million overnight. Yeah, there's a lot of people that make money here, but ask them how long it took to get to that point. It wasn't really overnight. Nobody just shows up with a $1,000 trading account and makes $1 million. It takes a little bit of effort, but listen, man, you all have the ability to bet on yourselves with the bare minimum. You got a car, you have a little bit of money for gas, great. You can earn $25,000 to $30,000 a year extra. You got an extra $850, $1,000, excellent. You can sign up for something like True Trading Group or True Trading Group and start learning the markets. These are nominal investments. How many of you want to, just think how many of you want to start a business? What do you think that costs in real life? You know how many tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars it costs to launch an idea? A lot. The fact that everyone in here could literally start their own business for less than $5,000 is absolutely mind-blowing, and it is the sign of the time that we live in. And there is never a better time to bet on yourself and not bet on somebody else than when you're staring down the barrel of a potential recession, no matter how mild it's going to be. I don't know about you guys. I love Chris Botsis. I give him a lot of crap, but I love Chris Botsis. I don't want him to be responsible for my family's well-being during a recession. If I'm going to fail, I want to fail. I'll fail. I'm not going to sit there and take the easy road out. For what? That's what punks do. And no, it's not going to be easy. You know, no one's just going to, it's not going to be, it's not supposed to be easy because the reward is very great. You know what I'm saying? How many things that were phenomenal that happened to you in your life happened because it was the easy thing? Nothing.
Unless you won the lottery, maybe that's probably it.
Yeah, but then you have the whole thing where people don't know how to, even if that's the best example you've ever said. Most people that win the lottery, they end up dead broke right back where they started. It's no different than someone signing up for a trial membership at True Trading Group or someone YOLOing ANC or GME or any of these other stocks, making a bunch of money, and then all of a sudden thinking they're some sort of trading guru or the next Warren Buffett. You're not. You won the lotto. You don't know how to keep it. You have no idea how to have proper risk management. You're going to end up broke.
They say making it's the easy part. Keeping it and growing, it's the hard part.
And yeah, Joe Werner says, fact remains, we are not in a recession. That is correct. We are not in a recession yet. And we may not end up in a recession. But whether we do or don't, I don't want to have to depend on anybody.
Yeah, I don't really care if we have a recession or not. I selfishly want there to be one, but
it's one of those things where so many times retail investors and retail traders get drawn. And look, Mike and I together have seen close to 60-something thousand traders come through True Trading Group. Right? Somebody says here, George Garcia says, I tried but failed, man. No, you failed because you didn't keep going. I have failed far more than I have ever succeeded at anything. The trick is, can you keep yourself in the game long enough to get that win? Because you only really fail if you don't keep going. Most people fail. You're going to fail. Everyone fails. You got to figure out how to fail the right way. It's just like Mike talks about it on here all the time ad nauseum. You got to lose properly. You got to learn how to lose properly. If you know how to lose correctly, you're never truly going to fail out. You're going to be able to pick yourself up and keep going. And wouldn't you know it, I only know one profession where you can control down to the penny how much you lose. What's that, Mike?
Trading.
That's what I know. There's a lot of power in that. Because if the last 3 years have taught anybody anything, it's that you are going to be able to find a winning trade. Even if you're the biggest idiot in the world, you'll hit on a trade eventually. Okay? A broken clock is right twice a day, all that stuff. What you want to focus on is when you hit on that trade, can you keep it? Or do you just throw it right back? You have Lola's correct. You have so many choices right now. Can you grab my stuff from the other office? Sorry. That's a good, someone just sent me something, which is true. More millionaires are self-made than lottery made.
Yep.
I just, exactly. The first lesson of skiing is how to fall. I played hockey. The first lesson they teach you is how to fall correctly.
Yep. So you don't get hurt.
Why do you think that exists in sports and in other things? Because it's inevitable. So we live in a pretty amazing time for thank you. We live in a pretty amazing time for those that are, for those that want to bet on themselves, for those that want to better themselves. You can keep watching these YouTube videos, and you can keep watching other YouTube videos, and going online and playing around on social media and message boards, or you can get your ass in the game with realistic expectations. Mike, I want to keep, and I'm sure you're not going to have an issue with it, I want to keep the sale going till Sunday.
Yeah, all right. That's fine by me.
I think it's a good idea. Let people get in a decent price, and Sunday at midnight we can move it to 980, and then the following day we'll move it up to over 1,000, and we'll just keep walking it up. But leave it till Sunday.
Sure. Yeah, dude. I'm a big component of letting people, just giving people the opportunities. I can't, you can't force somebody to do anything. You can just lead, you can lead a horse to water. You can't make him drink. But if you guys really want to actually be serious about this, and you're tired of the same old grind and the same failures and the same disappointments, you got to start doing something different. You gotta believe in yourself. You're worth it. So many people would take $900 and they would dump it into some random stock that somebody on Twitter you never met before, you never spoke to before, because they told you the stock was going to go to the moon. But you won't invest that in your own education. So you guys got to realize it's an education, it's knowledge, it's a skill set that not only could it help you potentially supplement your income by trading and generating income, but it can
I'll be right back. You got this.
It could also help you build wealth over time by just making better decisions in your long-term portfolio. There's so many people in your trading group that have made better decisions in their long-term portfolio just from being members of the community than they were prior. You have members that maybe before True Trading Group, their long-term portfolio looked as follows: AMC, GME, Robinhood, Rivian, Wish, Nikola, Virgin Galactic, and CEI. And that's what their long-term portfolio looked like. And maybe there's Tesla thrown in there, the only one stock that actually belongs in your long-term portfolio. But now everyone's long-term portfolio looks like AMD, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta. You're looking around, you're Pepsi, General Mills, right? These are now United Health, AbbVie. These are the companies now that people own and they're generating and they're building wealth over time. You know, instead of just putting your money into some complete garbage that people talk about on social media. People on social media don't understand the difference between a trade and an investment. They think the two of those things are symbiotic, and they're not. A trade and investment is two totally different things. I have traded stocks before that I don't even know what the company does. I don't even know what the company's actual name is. I just know the ticker symbol. And I've traded stocks before like that, like HKD. When I traded HKD, I bought HKD when it was in the 70s, okay, or 50s. I think it was in the 50s or so. I forgot, it was the 50s or 70s. I had no idea what the hell that company did. I just knew it was a setup. It just looked like, I didn't know. It looked like to me like it was set up for a major short squeeze. Top, same thing. I crushed Top. Top was one of the biggest trades that we've had all year. I don't even know what that company does. I don't even know the name of the company, right? Those are trades. Those aren't investments. You know, those are trades. Those aren't investments. And I'm telling you that you are worth the investment in yourself. If you're willing to put $900 into a trade somebody else tells you, but you're not willing to put it into your own education, then that is basically you're saying that person is worth 900. I'm not. That is a terrible way to think about yourself. You are your greatest asset. At the end of the day, you are the one that has to make these decisions. I can tell you whatever I think. I can tell you what I'm doing. But at the end of the day, you actually have to make the decision to do something that's either going to better or impede on the financial stability and future for you and your family. You're going to have to make those decisions throughout your life, whether you like it or not, whether it scares you or not. That's the reality of life. You're going to have to make decisions. That could be the difference between your daughter getting the wedding that she wants, your son going to the college that he wants, going away on that special vacation with you and your spouse that you always dreamed of going on and never being able to, retiring while you can actually still walk up the stairs on your own power. These decisions could be the difference between those things. Everything goes red, then what? Then we make even more money, Salsa. Then we make even more money. What happens if everything goes red? I don't care if the markets go up or down, okay? Learning how to be a trader. Listen, I have a news flash for you, Salsa, or anybody else. Traders don't just make money when stocks go up. I won the Trader of the Year award at my firm in 2008 during the biggest stock market crash anyone has ever seen. Do you think I won that award because I just lost the least amount of money out of everybody at the firm? You learn how to short stocks. You learn how to buy put options. You learn about inverse ETFs. Members don't care whether or not the stocks go up or down. You make money either way. That's the beauty about the market. That's why the market's the best thing to learn about, because it doesn't matter what the economy is doing. As long as the stock market's open, you're going to be able to make money if you know what you're doing. Members of True Trading Group, do you care whether the market goes up or down? Yes or no? I'll let you just comment. I'll let you guys comment in chat. I don't care whether the markets go up or down. I really, really don't. Because if the market does, first of all, if you're referring to the long-term, from trading perspective, I actually like it when the markets go down from a trading perspective, because stocks go down a hell of a lot faster than they go up. And when they go down, they're much faster moves. They're bigger moves. It's more volatility, right? But when stocks go down, you see the problem is that most retail traders, stocks go down like they did last year, and everybody freaks out and panics, and they sell everything because they're scared of losing all their money when you should be buying stocks. Retail traders do the exact opposite of what you're supposed to do. I sold stocks at the end of 2021, and I bought stocks in 2022. The exact opposite of what the market was doing. The market was rallying to all-time highs. I sold my long-term portfolio in September and October. The market made an all-time high in December and then sold off. We crashed. I bought in May, June. The markets bottomed there in September, and the markets have just rallied ever since. You need to be selling stocks when everybody's excited about stocks going higher. You need to be buying stocks when everybody is panicking because stocks are going lower. But retail investors do the exact opposite over and over and over again, which is why they never build wealth. Because the market goes up to new all-time highs, they go, wow, the stock market's doing really well. I'm going to invest. They invest. Then the market goes down. They go, oh no, the stock market's crashing. It's a bad time to be in stocks. I should get out now before I lose everything. And they sell at the bottom. Well, that's the opposite. You don't make money from buying high and selling low. You make money from buying low and selling high. You need to change that mindset. So, right, you just keep doing everything over and over and over and over again and never get a different result. You keep making the wrong decisions. You got to start thinking like the other side, because I assure you, Wall Street, the professionals, the institutions, the hedge fund managers, they're making the right decisions. That's why Wall Street exists. That's why some of the wealthiest people in the country are hedge fund managers. You know, your top hedge fund managers will earn over $1 billion a year for themselves, not for the firm, for themselves. The best performing hedge fund managers make over $1 billion a year. It's not because they're lucky. It's because they know what they're doing. The sale is a great price, says Thomas. I have made my lifetime membership cost 5 times over. Actually, more than that. 5 is a conservative estimate. THD is the best investment I've ever made. Amen. Amen to that. Amen to that. So every stock market crash is just an opportunity for you guys to invest in a long-term portfolio. Stock market crashes don't last very long. Okay, you're talking about a max 2 to 3 years, max. And that's if like shit really goes bad. That's if it really goes bad. You're talking 2 to 3 years. And then the markets will start to recover. You don't have to believe me. It doesn't really matter whether you believe me or not. I mean, every market participant in the history of time will tell you otherwise. Just go back from the very start of the stock market. Stock markets go up, 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 brief moments of decline. Then they go up, 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 brief moments of decline. But if you panic every time you get that brief moment of decline, you're never going to make money. Okay? So you guys heard Adam. We're going to leave it here. We're going to leave the price of the membership here at just $850. It's a 61% discount. It's what we were doing for the Memorial Day sale. We did a whole thing last weekend where we said every dollar that we raise, we generate in sales from Friday to Monday, we were going to match and make a donation to the Wounded Warrior Project. And I am happy to say, if you guys didn't know this, that we are going to be donating $18,700 to the Wounded Warrior Project. That's what we were able to do during that weekend. And I'm just very happy and pleased to be able to say that. But we're going to keep that sale price going for you guys for the weekend until Sunday at midnight. So what we're going to do, we'll leave it open for like 20 people. 20 people. The next 20 people that go to ttgoffer.com, use the coupon code TTG121, click apply code. The price will drop from $2,000 down to $850. You must enter the coupon code manually and click apply code. When you go to ttgoffer.com, the price will say it's over $2,000. You're not going to pay that. You must manually enter the code TTG121, then click apply code, and the price will then drop down to $850. So whatever happens first, 20 people or Sunday at midnight. Then we'll move the price up to $980. So you guys have a chance right now, saving $140. That's it for the whole year. $850. You get all the courses. You get all of the tools. Okay. You get the entire 22 course curriculum. Joe, maybe you can post up the link in chat for members. They can actually click on the link. You'll see the list of courses you're going to get access to. There's beginner courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, futures. It's all included. There are no VIP courses that cost more money after you join. They're all included for the $850. This is a simplified version of the 3-month educational training program that I went through when I worked at the fund in New York. You also get $5,000 worth of tools. Now, if you were to go to the companies directly, it's going to cost $5,000 for you to get access to these tools. Don't pay that. You get them with our membership when you join for $850. You get Benzinga's newsfeed, congressional trading data, Quote Media's full book level 2, Trading Views charts, trade idea scanner, dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow, analyst ratings, short data, a trading journal, a social sentiment scanner. All of these things are included for the $850. If you were to go and buy all of those products it's going to cost you around $5,000 a year. That's a lot of money. That's why we spend years building relationships with these companies so we can offer their products without you guys having to pay for it. So we give you guys the value of the membership. It's not just in the trade alerts. Of course, you get all the trade alerts from the moderators. We've been able to maintain a cumulative win rate between myself and the 9 professional trading mods that we have in True Trading Group of just around 80% as a whole over the last 3 years. We're 5-star rated on Trustpilot with over 2,100 reviews. 78% of our members renew their membership or have gone on to become lifetime members. We've only had to give a refund to roughly 2.49% of all of our users since 2016, which brings me to my next point. I know I talk a big game up here, and some of you may be hesitant, and that's why I put my money where my mouth is. If you join True Trading Group and pay $850, if you cannot make back $850 at least one time during your membership, I'm going to give you guys back $1,700. That's how much I believe in this platform's ability to help you reach your goals. Just go through the courses, pass the quizzes, attend one study group. If you can't make back $850 at least one time during the length of your membership, I will give you back $1,700. That is double what you're paying to join our community. That's how much I believe in what we have built. I don't think you need the double your money back guarantee, considering we've only had to give a refund to 2.49% of users, but it's there for peace of mind, and it's there so you can hold us accountable. So go to ttgoffer.com, enter the code TTG121. You'll get the 61% discount we ran for Memorial Day. That's going to be good for the next 20 people or until Sunday at midnight, whatever happens first. How do you know that you are one of the 20 spots? If the coupon code works for you and the coupon code drops the price to $850, you know you're good. If the coupon code does not work, then you know that 20 people have already joined. Is this just for day traders? D. Rock Harris, not just for day traders, brother. Okay, so that's the thing about True Trading Group. There's 9 pro traders with you during the day. We all have different styles and strategies. So every day in True Trading Group, there's day trades and there are swing trades. There's equity trades and there are options trades. There's small caps, mid caps, and large caps. Okay, so there's
something for everyone. Really quick, this is a really good point. Jorge Garcia is a member. I think I forget when it was exactly, but it was recent. Where one of the prerequisites for getting, did you talk about the double your money back?
I just did. Yes.
So part of the double money back guarantee is that you have to send in your broker statements, right? So let's see. I'm sure Elena has it somewhere, but we got to go through them. It's like a whole year's worth of broker statements. It can take a little bit. But this is a good point that he brings up. Most people, let's say they're not profitable, right? Or not profitable. It doesn't, but they didn't make the money back at least once, right?
Right.
Most people don't even want the refund.
They want to keep going.
They want to keep going.
I have no problem. Anybody, if you qualify for that double your money back guarantee and instead you'd rather keep going, I have no problem extending your membership if you want to keep going and you want to keep learning. I actually prefer that. I love that. Jorge, I'm so happy to hear you say that. I mean, I'm obviously not happy that you've still been struggling up to this point, but I'm happy that you're still here. You still want to keep going and you want to continue to do this. So I'm going to do everything in my power, brother, to help you along the way.
Yep, absolutely.
Absolutely. I have absolutely no problem. I will do that for anybody.
Look, we know how bad this industry can be.
Yeah.
During COVID, you had everyone came out and became a stock guru, promised the world and everything. We know. But part of starting a business is this. You find something that's not easy, that you can make a change in, or you have some sort of solution for, and you charge appropriately, and whatever it is that you're providing, you make sure that it's far more value than what it is that you are charging. And if you do that, you will be very, 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 very successful.
Look at Silverstream.
Yep.
Adam did that for me last May of 2022, meaning instead of the money back, gave a free year, and he's been profitable ever since. I love that.
Let me tell you
Love
something,
that.
man. There's a saying, you know, I sometimes, or not sometimes, but I regularly go to these meetings, and there's a saying at these meetings, and one of the sayings is you don't leave 5 minutes before the miracle happens.
Wow.
You don't leave 5 minutes before the miracle happens, man. And that's an important thing.
Wow. That's awesome. I like that. I might tweet that.
You sure?
Yeah, why not?
So, you know, that's the thing.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions too, you can feel free to text us. We're fully transparent. We're an open book. You know, the phone number to text us if you guys have any questions about us or anything, it's 786-505-4049. The number's at the bottom of your screen. So text that number if you guys have any questions. Also, if you're currently a trial member or you used to be an annual member, you have to text that number because we have to whitelist your email address. So text that number if you're having a tough time signing up. Remember, it's for 20 people. It's good for this weekend up until Sunday at midnight. Go to ttgoffer.com. You must enter the coupon code manually yourself.
Yeah, the price is going to show $2,212.
Right. You got to enter that coupon code. Then it'll say $850. And then you guys check out and you're good to go. I got to say, if I'm being honest, you lose money here, you're not paying attention. I mean,
yeah, I mean,
I listen. Yeah, listen. Obviously, you know, I appreciate the comment and the positivity around, you know, what this platform is able to do for people. But there still are people that are struggling, and everybody kind of has their own strengths and their own weaknesses, and everybody has their own things that get in the way. And a lot of times people just have to find their trader identity. And sometimes people are trading a style or strategy that will never work for them based on their personality traits, based on their time and their work schedule. You know, I'm doing a trader psychology boot camp next weekend. It's actually a 2-day boot camp, intensive boot camp on trader psychology, where we're going to really dive into this stuff. And what trading strategies you should be implementing based on your personality type and your personality traits. It does have a very meaningful impact on the strengths and weaknesses that you have as a trader based on the personality traits that you have as a person. And if you're clashing with that, you're going to always have a hard time. It's not because necessarily that you're a bad trader. It just may be that you're trying to trade a different style or strategy that will never work for you. We have 9 professional traders at TTG for a very specific reason, because I don't want you to think that it's my way or the highway. You don't have to trade the way that I trade, right? There's a lot of other moderators in True Trading Group that trade way different styles than I do. And some of their styles are better suited for other members than maybe mine. I don't care how you do it. The goal is to make money. There's so many different styles. There's so many different strategies. There's so many different ways that you can trade and ways for you to make money and ways for you to lose money. Finding that identity and finding a style that's right for you is extremely important, something that we focus a lot of time on in True Trading Group. All right. So
we'll leave it open for the next 20 people. This will not last all the way Sunday at midnight. So take advantage of it. If you enter the code and the price goes down to $850, that's how you know you are one of the 20 this weekend.
Yeah. So if you guys are watching this after it's aired, ttgoffer.com. And again, you have to enter the coupon code yourself, TTG121, then click apply code. Then the price will say $850. Then you guys go ahead and check out. All right. And then again, you can text us with any questions, 786-505-4049.
I love this thing by Ed Terrell. This is the nearest thing to get rich quick there is. That should be our new slogan. Instead of learn, trade, profit, we could just put, this is the nearest thing to get rich quick that there is. We're joking.
We're totally joking, FTC. We're joking. Learn, trade, profit. That's our slogan. I like
We got to welcome Larry.
Larry, welcome, brother. Larry,
right.
welcome to the family. So now there's 19 spots left. Right?
Correct.
19 spots left. We'll leave this open until Sunday at midnight or the next 19 people. I don't think that we're going to make it till Sunday. Not at this price point. This is a 61% discount, which is nuts. So take advantage of it, guys. Larry, welcome to the family, brother.
I don't mind doing it, man. I think that there's a lot of people that really want this, and I think there's a lot of people that are scared to pull the trigger on something like this because they've either been burned before or don't see how it could work or don't like the idea of having to pay for whatever it is. There's a lot of people that need it, and there's a lot of people here that wish they would have done it sooner.
Yeah. I know there is.
David Carlin says, "Are you going to talk about the market?" No, this is an infomercial.
Nah, David, it's just an infomercial.
If you stand by, David, we're going to sell you a timeshare soon.
Yeah, timeshares are next.
On the moon.
Those are going to be hot.
Yeah. We're going to sell you a timeshare on the moon. It's right next to the AMC movie theater where Adam Aaron lives in his tower.
Nah, we're not. It's 5:15.
All right, we got to welcome Mitesh.
Mitesh, welcome.
Mitesh is coming back.
Hey! Former family members back?
Yes, sir.
Mitesh, welcome back to the family. Welcome back. Welcome back, Mitesh. Yeah, I want to plot out the moon in the metaverse, Adam.
Nice. Oh, that reminds me, 7 with AJ. So 7 with AJ is there's a couple TTG members. There's a couple TTG members that are, they're all family and we all care about them. But there are a couple that are that have become,
7 with the J actually is the reigning beard champion for True Trading Group.
He's the one we went out to dinner with, remember?
Yes, he's the reigning beard.
So as some of you may or may not know,
he has the world's greatest beard.
He does have a fantastic beard.
It is impeccable.
So 7 with AJ, he thinks I got 7 with AJ a gift the other day, and he thinks that I got it to be a nice guy, but I just got it because I have no friends, and I want somebody to play in the metaverse with. So
real quick, David Carlin, I'm sorry, brother. David Carlin, I don't think volatility is going to slow down. No, man. I think we still have a whole ton of volatility coming here. David Carlin's a member was asking about, I want to know if I think volatility is going to slow down now. I don't think so at all. With AI, you still have the Fed raising rates. You're going to get into the second half of the year where the economy is going to slow a bit. I think that the volatility actually is going to increase the second half of the year. Like actually the VIX itself, actual volatility, the VIX is actually going to go up. Go ahead.
No, that's all I got. It's funny how quickly people's problem becomes their 9-to-5 job,
Yeah. Oh, here we go. My main issue is the demands of my job and not able to sit and chat daily or follow the minute-by-minute trades. Still making money on the long-term ideas. I made $1,500 today on the UCAR trade today. Excellent. Great job. Yeah, UCAR was just a beast for me today. We sniffed that one out super early in the day. I mean, the stock did exactly what we were expecting it to do today, and we're able to capitalize 31% gain on UCAR today. 31%. All right, folks. So 18 spots left, ttgoffer.com, TTG121 coupon code. Text us with questions, 786-505-4049. All right. And we're ready to wrap it and enjoy our weekend. I got work to do.
Let's see. So don't forget, Sunday night, 8:30 p.m. Sunday night, 8:30 p.m. We're going to meet right back here. We're going to go over everything for the week. What do we got coming up next week? What are some good catalysts?
Let me pull up my economic calendar. Every week you're going to get the jobless claims data, which is going to be very important going forward. But we've got, let's see. Oh, services PMI numbers next week. Yeah, services PMI numbers next week. Next week is light on data. You have nothing on Tuesday. You have nothing on Friday. You have services PMI on Monday. ISM services on Monday. That's going to be a very important piece of data. Consumer credit is on Wednesday. And then you have initial jobless claims again on Thursday, which is going to be something that we're going to be focusing very heavily on. But that's then the calm before the storm, because then the week after, oh my goodness. CPI data on Tuesday, PPI data on Wednesday, Fed meeting Wednesday. Okay, let me say that again. CPI data Tuesday, PPI data Wednesday, Fed meeting Wednesday. So, my goodness.
Yeah, so if you're not a member of True Trading Group, here's basically what we're telling you. Or if you are a member of True Trading Group, here's what we're telling you. Get your house in order.
Yeah, get your
You
house
have a
in
little
order.
bit, you have a little bit with this weekend. Oh my gosh, and they have your boot camp right before all this happens.
Yep. My boot camp.
Oh my God.
My boot camp is that Saturday and Sunday.
What
baby.
a great time to be alive.
Hey, yo.
You all have a week to get your house in order for what is going to be one of the biggest weeks this market has seen all year.
Dude, I have so much going on for this trader psychology boot camp. Like, I might need 3 days. There's so much to cover. There's so much. I'm so excited to go over this stuff with members, because I think the trader psychology stuff is the most important part of trading. It's not that I think, I know it is. I know it is. The successful traders are all able to control their emotions and have a specific mindset. It doesn't matter how good you are at reading a chart. If you can't keep your emotions under control and you can't stay disciplined, you're never going to be successful. And there's so much I want to dive into and break down with people, and some inner workings that you have to do within yourself to actually be honest with yourself on what your strengths and weaknesses are. And it's just going to be something that hopefully is going to be kind of a wall breaker and a barrier breaker for a lot of people that feel that they know what they're looking at, but they somehow just still can't execute on it and make money. And that's because your emotions are getting in the way. And I'm just really excited to do this. So as soon as we're done here, I'm back to work on the presentation. I'll be working on it all weekend.
Also, I got to tell you, this person right here, KK, I think that you're a new member, correct? Pretty sure.
Yeah, they are.
Let's see if they verify that real quick. KK, are you a new member? Yeah, I think they are. I'm actually fairly confident that they are. And if it's the same person that I think, this person signed up, became a member, and then they became a member during the when we were doing the Memorial Day sale, and we announced in chat in the morning that we were really proud that we were able to be able to donate, close to 20 grand to Wounded Warrior Project. And this person's response in chat, I think it is.
All right. I didn't think it was, but I don't.
They have the ability to speak up right now.
Okay.
I'm almost positive that it is. Yeah, Rachel Lewis says it is. I'm pretty confident that it is. This person's comment in chat was so what? I am trying to find this person's email because there's a lot.
Maybe they're our first member from North Korea.
That's a good point.
We don't have any members in North Korea. Maybe that's where.
And a lot of our members saw that they said that they were that like.
Such a disgusting comment.
Such a disgusting comment. There he is. See, thank you. It is him.
Such a disgusting comment.
You know what? You know what? It's all good. Here's what we're going to do. Hang on one second. Hey, I'm literally on the live stream on YouTube right now. Everything okay? Got it. All right. All right, cool. I love you. I'll call you back. All right. So I am going to refund this person's money. And I'm going to kick you out because you are literally a piece of crap.
Deuces.
May you live a terrible life. And that's all I have to say about that.
Don't say anything else. Just refund them and kick him. That's it. Just don't say anything else.
Absolutely done. Joe, kick him out of the live stream as well.
You don't need to do anything. Just kick him out, give him his money, and just be done.
It's really messed up. You know how many servicemen and women we have inside of chat?
Hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds.
Hundreds of people that have served and have family members that have served and died.
Yeah, just terrible. Yeah, I'm a very, 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 very patriotic person. I have a very special place in my heart for every single person that has ever joined the military for this country.
Yeah. So I got to find the person's name, but your money's no good here.
Yeah, no, your money's no good here. I don't want your money. I don't want you part of this community. You are clearly not the type of person that I want.
Yeah.
All right, now I don't know if our wives are just calling us the exact same moment. Let's see here. Hey, I'm still in the live. Is everything all right?
I have a baby deer trapped in our backyard. I'm chasing Bambi around.
Oh, geez.
Really?
All right. I'll be out there in a minute. I got a baby deer trapped in my backyard. How did she get in the backyard? All right, I'll be out there in a minute. Bye. My wife is chasing a baby deer around the backyard, trying to get her out of the backyard.
Insane. All right. Tell them how they can sign up. Show them the platform. I'm going to find that person's name and kick them out.
You guys all know what the platform looks like. I'll show you one more time. Guys, let me show you the platform. Okay? Because when you guys join True Trading Group, you're getting access to the entire platform. Okay? You're not just getting a couple of different things. You get everything. You get the chat room, obviously. Chat room looks like this. This is where the mods and I share our screen. We're live with
Mike, Curtis McGee says, please add in the blood camp in the 850 as a sweetener.
Boot camp, but
no. I think he means blood camp, like a weird satanic. Curtis, you look very professional.
No, he asked. I saw his comment right before this. He asked. He goes, "Is the boot camp included in the 850?"
You sure?
I saw his first comment. His first comment was, "Is the boot camp included in the 850?"
Okay.
And no, I'm not including it in the 850. It is taking me.
Yeah.
It is taking me an unbelievable amount of time to put this presentation together, and I'm going to be doing this presentation during my entire weekend, Saturday and Sunday. My whole weekend is just completely shot, just done. So I'm not including that in the 850. So let me show you the platform. Chat room, obviously. You guys, yes, there it is.
Mike, Mike,
see
I
it,
will
man.
give you my entire. I'll give you my entire portion of True Trading Group ownership if you can tell me the name of this movie without Googling it.
Bloodsport. What do you mean?
Really?
Yes. Is it not?
I think I'm not really going to give it to you.
It's Bloodsport, man. You kidding me?
All right. That's the first one, bro.
That's not the first one.
It's the first one.
It's not the first. All right. Well, hey, I guess you work for me now.
No. Fuck it. I'm going to go back to promoting penny stocks. You can keep it. Keep it. I'm going back to promoting penny stocks. I'm going to leave what's his name's email on the list that I'm going to create. So, KK, I'm going to leave you on my list.
Yeah, KK, Adam, you're back on the list, KK.
You're back on the list, baby. I'm going to start freepennystockalerts.com. You're on that list, bud.
You're on the VIP list.
I got a deal for you.
He's on the VIP list, Adam. The next AI, it's for this guy. It's for this guy.
Right. So
we're using AI to mine for gold. It's going to be great.
I have a brand new company that's trading at 3 cents. That is an AI play in the cannabis sector, but also a 3D printer that is looking for lithium, gold, and vibranium.
Oh, vibranium. Man, this is going to be big.
Yeah, they just did a partnership with.
They have an FDA trial coming up. They have an FDA trial coming up too.
They might. Also heard a rumor that Kathy Ireland is involved.
All right, that's enough. Bro, I got deer in my backyard. We gotta go. We gotta go. So you guys, obviously, you get the chat room, you get all the trade alerts, you get the mobile app. If you're not in chat, the trade notifications come directly to your cell phone when the moderators enter and exit trades. This way you can follow along with everything that we're doing during the day. You can see the screen share, listen to the audio. You don't have to be in front of your computer. You get 2 private study groups to speed up your learning curve with our mods. Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed, congressional trading data to track the trades being made by Congress, Trading Views premium charting software, the Trade Ideas scanner streams on our platform so you guys can use it. A simulator from ET&A lets you trade stocks, options, crypto, and futures with fake money but real-time data. Our own proprietary scanner that lets you create custom scans. You get dark pool data, unusual options flow, unusual options activity, options flow, short data. It's all included for the $850. You don't pay extra for any of this stuff. A trading journal that tracks all your trading, a social sentiment scanner that tells you what's being talked about on social media, analyst ratings on any stock you're interested in, watch list from the mods and I. We tell you exactly what stocks we're focused on with detailed game plans of where we're going to buy and where we're going to short before the market even opens, so you know where to focus your energy and attention. Of course, you get the courses. The courses are a simplified and expanded upon version of what I learned working at the fund in New York. Those beginner courses, advanced, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, futures. It's all included when you guys join. There are no VIP courses that cost another $1,000 after you join. We don't sell you half the problem. We don't sell you half the solution. That's not how we play. We don't play games like that. You get the whole entire curriculum. You also get a video library with over 600 hours of workshops and webinars. You can attend all these things live once you become a member. I can't guarantee you're going to be successful, guys, just by joining True Trading Group. But what I can guarantee is if you go through the courses, pass the quizzes, and attend one study group, and don't make the $850 back at least one time during your membership, I'm going to give you guys back double your money. Okay? I'm going to give you back double your money. That's $1,700. I can do that because you've only had to give a refund to 2.49% of our users. 78% renew their membership. We're 5-star rated on Trustpilot with over 2,100 reviews. Go check them out. Go to ttgoffer.com. You have to enter the coupon code. The price is going to say $2,212. You have to enter the coupon code TTG121. Click apply code. The price drops down to $850. You also get Glenny included with your membership. So you guys just have to go to ttgoffer.com. Text us if you have any questions or having a hard time signing up. 786-505-4049. Thanks for joining us tonight, folks. Don't forget Sunday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to go over the game plan for the week. Set your reminders. Don't miss it. I'm going to take care of some deer. I'll see you guys later.